I feel like a knob doing this. But you know what? The force is with me. God. Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome to my channel with some, yeah, you've seen it emblazoned on your screen right now, Star Wars Battlefront Beta. What do I think of it? Now, before I even say anything, I have to make a confession. Well, it's not even so much a confession, it's a statement. And it's going out to all those Star Wars aficionados. I have to say from the get-go, I have never watched any Star Wars movies from start to finish. Not one. Well, reason being is because when Star Wars came out, Superman came out around the same time and I was all about Superman. But then me at 51 years old now, looking back at Superman and Star Wars, I can see why Star Wars held its own throughout all those years. Yeah, what do I think of Star Wars Battlefront Beta so far? Now, going into the beta, you're going to encounter two sections within it. One, namely multiplayer, which is the meat and potatoes. And the second one is missions, which is more or less single player or two-player action. And the two-player action, the permutations can be either online co-op or local couch co-op as well. But the local couch co-op obviously is split screen. Okay, now going into the multiplayer, you got a choice of two. One is Drop Zone and the other is Walker Assault. Now, Drop Zone is basically an 8v8 team deathmatch, but the difference is that it has pickups and power-ups, which I will go into in a little bit. And Walker Assault is Rush, is more or less Battlefield's version of Rush. Okay, before we get into any gameplay, I really just want to show you the HUD real quick. Now, this is an image taken from the co-op section, the single player section of the beta. Now at the top, you've got three icons. The icon, which consists of hearts, is basically the lives that you can pick up on the map and use just in case all your team is wiped out. The middle, obviously, is the time it's taken, and the third on the right is basically the amount of waves that you have passed. Now on the bottom left-hand corner is the radar, and all the area that's marked in red is out of bounds. And on the bottom right, you have a card perk system, which is basically cards that you can buy depending on your level and on your cash, on your budget in general. On the left is projectiles, on the middle is basically, I think it's an iron charge or something like that, and on the right is a jump pack, which you can buy more or less. I mean, in co-op, I think it's standard, but in multiplayer, you have to earn those. Okay, now at the bottom of those cards, you have like a black circular icon. That icon is reserved for pickups and power-ups that you will encounter in co-op and in multiplayer as well. Is when you pass over them, it's more or less like a power-up and a pickup to use there and then. Okay, it doesn't stay with you. Looking at the HUD and looking at its functionality, the left hand side, the radar on the left, the bottom left, reminded me of Destiny, and the card perk system on the right reminded me of Evolve. So they were pretty intuitive from the get-go when I got into the beta. Now, so there I am looking at prior trailers, videos, even the menu screen of the beta, thinking that no way DICE is gonna recreate in the game what I'm seeing in the videos. There was me being the pessimist, but boy was I pleasantly surprised, and was I wrong for doubting them. The graphics are absolutely fucking awesome. There is no doubt in that. You know, I spent a lot of time in the beta literally just running around like a blue-ass fly, not knowing what the fuck I was supposed to do, just being in awe of the graphic content alone, simply. And that was something that was a consensus amongst all of my PSN friends that has the beta. That's the first thing they basically mentioned, was the graphics. Absolutely stunning. It looked like I'm watching a movie, video quality, and it looked like I am in the movie, you know, and with the John Williams score blasting in your eardrums, man, come on now. That's a good ingredient. good ingredient, or good ingredients, should I say, for a really good immersive experience. I do respect John Williams and his score, but one thing is for sure, that the music is gonna piss you off at some point or another, because you want to hear where the people are coming from, where the gunfire is happening. But if you're hearing da 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 in your eardrums every time you play the game, it's gonna piss you off. So the option to turn down the music, or indeed turn it off, will definitely be there. And I think there's going to be some issues with copyright as well with that, you know, such being an iconic soundtrack and an iconic franchise in general, you know. So that's just my little niggly points about the aesthetics of the game. Teabag. Yeah, but as you can see, this is the co-op section, and as I explained before, the hearts icons are the lives you can pick up in map, in game. The second one, which will be featured in a minute, will be the amount of enemies you have to kill. The third one is the time it will take. There it is. And the fourth one is the amount of waves that you've basically passed. There is nothing else I can really say at this point. You're seeing it for yourselves if you haven't played it, and if you have played it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, now we're going into the meat and potatoes of the beta, which is the multiplayer section, which consists of 2 modes which are available. First one being Drop Zone. Now, Drop Zone is simply a conquest stroke control type of game where you have 8v8, and the objective is to claim pods that periodically drop throughout the map and to defend them. And once the timer reaches your respective colors in the full circle, you have claimed the pod, more or less, and you have a timer. It's my type of game, just the right amount, just the right type of gameplay for me. But I'm really open to what the game is going to basically offer, because there are 7 multiplayer modes to play, so there's going to be a lot to do. Oh, by the way, please do not jump in these holes, you will burn yourself. Star Wars aficionados will know this already, but like I said, I've not watched a single Star Wars movie from start to finish. I make no apology of that. I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But other than that, it's a pretty good mode. I like it. I'm liking the vibe of it. One thing, one of the guns, I think is an E11, the nozzle looks like a vibrator. That needs to change. No, I'm only kidding. So you've been up close and personal with a vibrator in it? No. But why did I even bring that up? And the piece of resistance. No, I mean the pièce de résistance. Last but by no means least, we have the massive Walker Assault, which is very reminiscent of Battlefield's Rush, and it's 20v20, I think it is. Well, I think that's what was available in the beta. 20v20, so you got 40 doing all kinds of shit. But the premise of this is to simply try and either keep the uplinks offline or activate the uplinks to keep them online, depending on which side you are. And you do have X-Wing fighters and ATs, is that what you call them? Please don't cuss me out, because I don't know nothing about Star Wars. Sorry, don't cuss me out. I'm just basically just going off memory here. But they have transportation as well. So whereas you would have the jets and the tanks, you've got the X-Wing fighters and all the other paraphernalia that goes along with all the transportation that are featured in the Star Wars movie. Is that correct? Okay, fine. This is not my favorite mode, but I can get used to it. And I just think it's simply because of the fact that I'm not using the loadouts effectively. I'm not using certain weapons which are best suited for this type of mode, but I can get used to it. But another thing as well, that's a pain in the ass, which is the landscape and the landscape and the uniform that you're wearing. White, so you know they're not very easy to pick up. if you suffer from sun glare or snow glare, you're going to be blind as fuck playing this game, I'll tell you that for starters. But it is something that, you know, you can adapt to. It's my least favorite mode, but I can see why people's going to simply love it. Okay, I wanted to show you something real quick. Whenever you hear the iconic da 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 music, that means somebody has turned into either Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader. I don't know how you get the character. Maybe it's the amount of kills you need to get, but that kind of answered the question about having a whole heap of Luke Skywalkers running about the place. But here was the moment I met my untimely fate with him. Now, I don't usually gush when I'm getting freaking killed, but when you're getting killed by Luke Skywalker in this, in some ways it's an honor. Oh, shit. Just what I wanted to share that with you. So, in summary, will I be getting the game? Fuck yeah. Second of all, in your opinion, Rhythm, how does it compare to Destiny, another space type game that you play a lot of? Well, I know quite a few people is going to say that this game shits all over Destiny, but I'm not going to be even quick enough to even suggest that, because I do think that both games will serve very well. In terms of Battlefront, it's going to serve the Battlefield and or COD market, definitely for sure, because there are some gamers, they just want to pick up a game, shoot mofos, put it down, done. With Destiny, it's all about the grind, it's all about the rewards, it's all about the quests, it's all about, you know, the whole socio-centric element of the game. So it's going to serve both markets, if you like. It's going to serve the shooter market in general. And for me, I know for sure that I'm going to be playing this from day one. And I know a lot of people that's been playing Destiny is going to give it a little bit of a rest, because they've had Destiny for God knows how long. And they've seen the changes that has come with the game. But I think with Battlefront and what they've offered us, I think it's DICE's way of saying, hey, we're giving you a game that's going to fucking work. And I really hope it does work, because with such a name, a brand as Star Wars, DICE can't afford to fuck it up. If they fuck it up, I think in turn they're gonna fuck up the whole Battlefield brand anyway. That's my opinion. But from what I've seen so far, graphically, I'm impressed. I'm absolutely impressed. Gameplay, I'm quite surprised, you know, to be honest with you, because a few years ago I was not into any space type shooters whatsoever. And I remember somebody linking me on YouTube just saying, give it a chance. Give it a chance, give it a chance. So I have done, and I'm really liking that genre. And with Destiny and Star Wars Battlefront, and also Uncharted, and what else? They're gonna do me for the end of the year, for the rest of the year. I think this is gonna be my final purchase for the year. Not too hot on Fallout 4, not too hot on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Yeah, this is going to be a momentous occasion for me in terms of purchasing, because this will be my last one for the year. The good games are definitely coming out from 2016, and I don't really just want to spend money just for the sake of it. So that's more or less my roundabout views, thoughts into the Star Wars Battlefront beta. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for stopping by. And as always, you know the coup, whatever the game, format, media, genre, happy gaming, because that's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, shall I say it? Shall I say it? All right, may the force be with ya. Megan.
Watch the ride.